It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker for these commencement exercises. Hailing from Howard County, Maryland, Rebecca Yep was born to be a Terp. As a mechanical engineering major, she has had the opportunity to intern at General Electric Healthcare, manufacturing incubators for premature infants, as well as at Lockheed Martin, helping to design and test the F-35 Lightning. Rebecca is fluent in French and has studied abroad in France and Australia as part of her experience minoring in international engineering. She was the captain of Maryland's varsity cross-country and track and field teams and served as the vice president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Rebecca was honored as the cross-country MVP, named to the ACC All-Academic Team, and was selected as an Arthur Ashe Sports Scholar finalist. Rebecca was also involved in Flexus, a Women in Engineering program, as well as Pi Tau Sigma, the Mechanical Engineering Honor Society, the University Honors College. She was a Baedeker Key Scholarship Program recipient, and the Keystone Engineering Program, where she was a teaching fellow. Post-graduation, Rebecca plans to work for Boeing Helicopters in Philadelphia. Please join me in welcoming Rebecca Yep.
Good afternoon, Terps, and congratulations on our graduation day. What a rare and remarkable milestone this is to be given the opportunity to gather together as an entire engineering school and celebrate our accomplishments. On such a momentous occasion, I am honored and grateful to have the privilege to speak to all of you. For over the past 4 years, it is you, my classmates, my friends, who have helped to define my identity and develop my character. And for that, I am truly thankful. I remember back during freshman year when I first embarked on this journey of pursuing an engineering education. For one of my extracurriculars, I had volunteered to read to some children attending elementary school in a low-income area. As volunteers, we were asked to encourage these kids to think about their future and to emphasize the importance of a quality education. So when we went around and introduced ourselves, we also talked about our majors and what we wanted to be when we grew up. While my fellow volunteers all had career aspirations like teacher, artist, and veterinarian, professions that were easy for these kids to understand and recognize, not a single child there knew what an engineer was. And to be honest, I was struggling myself to explain it. The kids asked me, "What is an engineer exactly? Do you build things like bridges and buildings? What about spaceships and rockets? What else do you do?" Back then, even I didn't know exactly what an engineer was, only that my dad was one and that it seemed like a good way to help people. And if I didn't fully understand, how was I supposed to articulate this idea to young children? Fast forward to now, 4 years later. Based on my own experiences and my relationships with you, my classmates, my mentors, and my professors, I decided that my answer should have been, engineers are superheroes. You can laugh all you want at this cheesy response, but truth be told, it isn't that much of an exaggeration. Superheroes, by definition, have superhuman abilities that they use for the greater good. Superman is incredibly strong and can fly. The Wolverine can heal himself. And Spider-Man is pretty self-explanatory. In this sense, engineers aren't all that different from superheroes. Batman fights crime, but can he do what a bioengineer does and grow new organs for the sick? Hulk smashes things, but civil engineers build them, spanning bodies of water to connect people to one another. Thor has a magical hammer that can summon the elements, but fire protection engineers are the ones that have mastered the craft. Just as Superman is so much more than Clark Kent, we engineers are so much more than our studies and our grades. We are creators and innovators, brilliant minds who tackle problems in new ways. We venture far out into space and deep into the ocean. We bend wind and experiment with nuclear physics. We build safe and warm housing for the masses, provide means for people to get across the globe, both physically and virtually, and deliver water and education to the poor. We give humans the ability to fly, to 3D print new limbs, to create futuristic robots, all while obeying the laws of physics. Engineers, like superheroes, make an impact. We help people lead better, healthier, and more efficient lives. And where would we be without our scholastic network? Just like Aquaman belongs to the Justice League and the Black Widow is part of the Avengers, we engineers have our own groups that help us to combine our abilities for the greater good. Maybe you're in Women in Engineering, the Black Engineer Society, or IEEE. Maybe you're part of a group that studied abroad, performed research, or worked at a co-op. Maybe you're a member of Terps Racing, the Concrete Canoe Team, or Terrapin Hackers. Dr. Xavier founded X-Men. Perhaps you as an engineer are working on your own startup or business venture. Whatever the case may be, we Terps always seem to work better as a team, and therefore we owe much of our success to each other and to our ever-faithful professors and mentors who have supported us and believed in us throughout our entire journey. And finally, like all superheroes, we engineers have our weaknesses too. It took Captain America some time to get used to his newfound powers, and I'll admit that it may have taken me a while to appreciate my engineering education. I'm sure we can all commiserate over the loads of fluids problems, electronics exams, orgo labs, and coding projects, all hinging on our caffeine addiction and the fact that DP Dough will deliver food at 2 a.m. Because how else are we expected to make it through those all-nighters? And let us not forget our universal kryptonite, our technical writing assignments. But here we are at the other end of the journey, and not only have we survived, we have prospered. Thanks to all of our hard work and determination, our time at Maryland has equipped us to tackle the challenges of the real world. Terps, we are ready. We are primed to go out into the world and make a difference, whether it be in California or PG County, Gotham City or New York. We all should be proud and confident of what we have achieved and excited for the future, no matter how scary it may be. When you do come across your arch nemesis in the future, and you will, just call upon your engineering superpowers and be sure to use them wisely. Remember, when people asked who Iron Man was, Tony Stark, the ultimate engineer, said loudly and proudly, "I am." Next time people ask what an engineer is, Terps be ready to reply, "I am." Congratulations, Maryland Class of 2014.
Thank you, Rebecca. You're definitely fearless. That we can tell. Why don't you come back up here for a second? I'm going to pick on you. I'm going to do a President Lowe. Can you acknowledge your parents in the audience and your family members?
Over there. There's a lot of them.
All right. Excellent. Okay, good for them. Thank you for sharing Rebecca with us. Great job, Rebecca. So let's see. I think you're